All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol AMC Entertainment Holdings Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we jump into this chart, I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware of the fact that AMC continues a subtle downtrend movement, right? You wouldn't really notice it on the day-to-day. You would just say it's a few cents here and there. But when you zoom out, it's been going downwards for some time. Now, everyone that is in AMC believes that it could come back up, that there's possibilities of another short squeeze, and so forth. But right now, AMC has actually broken through one of the most important support levels, which was $5.98. And anything below that would be then down here at the $4 mark and then back to the $2-3 mark. So we need to watch this carefully because they could turn around from this point forward, right? Anything's possible. But I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware of the fact that the possibilities of this coming right back up or anywhere near these highs is pretty difficult, especially for this company overall. But one thing I have noticed is that it's been going down slower than the others. So could there be potential for AMC? I'm not sure, because a lot of investors are hopeful too on some of the innovations or opportunities that AMC is seeking to have in the near future. And then also vaccine rollout and, herd immunity is also another hopeful thing for AMC's business. So I'm not sure what else is out there for this company right now. But if anybody has any information on that and wants to share it with investors down below, or any links to any article that you saw that makes things a little bit more hopeful or optimistic due to the long term of AMC, I'd appreciate it. But right now, this is looking like in a downward trend. We've broke through one of the most important support levels and we're below it, and this could be on its way down to newer lows. So we really want to pay close attention to how this stock is reacting moving forward. So here we are. 50-day moving average is 604. Anything below that is bearish territory. Anything above that is bullish territory. If this breaks through support, it's going to pull further away from it in the downward direction and continue to be dominated, this chart, by the bears. And our support is 527. The current stock price is 568. If 527 gets broken through, this could be on its way down to newer lows, new support levels, and getting deeper into bearish territory. So I want every single investor and viewer to be aware that if 527 gets broken through, this could be on its way down to newer lows, new support levels, and getting deeper into bearish territory. So we want to watch the behavior very closely. If the bulls are trying to reappear, or are the bears dominating the chart? Now, our resistance level is 590. If 590 gets broken through and there's some momentum here being built by the bulls, that does not guarantee that the bulls have gained control of the chart or that they're going to break through this 50-day moving average of 604 and get back into bullish territory. It does not guarantee it. This is just an indicator for us investors to know where the momentum is going, and if the bulls can break through it and turn it into a support, they're one step closer to getting back into bullish territory, but it does not guarantee it. But the bulls do need to break through 590 to continue this upward slight momentum that they've created. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Stay tuned till the end because I have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, and you definitely want to add it to your watch list. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is a reiteration of the previous stock graphs and also where the stock was and where it's at now. So I think this is the second time I talk about this one in less than a month, and I really want every single investor and viewer to be aware of this one, especially the new coming investors and subscribers. I don't want you guys to miss this one. And for every single subscriber that missed it in the previous videos, if you're having the chance to watch it now, I really want you guys to be aware of this company and do your due diligence and do your research and further digging to understand this ticker symbol and the potential moving forward. So the ticker symbol is CLNE, right? So let's go ahead and pick it up here. Let's see if it pops up. Clean Energy Fuels Corporation. Now, in less than a month, it has actually risen, right? From about $10 all the way up to highs here of almost $19. That's almost 100% gain. But let's just go ahead and say it from $10, right? Forget about the $10.45. We talked about it before that. We talked about it right here at $10.998. So $10 to $18.70, that's 87% gain. Okay? And there's so much more room still for this stock. This stock has been growing exponentially over time. I know that when you look at it, you're like, oh, well, there's going to be a point where this is going to drop. Well, we went through one of the massive drops right here after it took off where I was talking about it. This was the first time I went ahead and mentioned it, January 22nd. And I said, okay, we might see it cool off and go a little bit lower. We want to look for some consolidation, and then it can start to hit newer highs. Well, it took off after that, soon after, and it hit 12, came back down to 10, and a lot of investors already saw 12, and they said, okay, 12 is possible. So now we need to get to 12, and we need a breakthrough 12. Well, that certainly happened. It brought itself right back up, slightly above it, brought itself back down to 12, and now it took off to 18. So the question is, could this go ahead and consolidate up here? Could we see this pull back somewhere in the middle of this? That's totally possible and healthy for the way the chart has been acting to this point. I want every single investor to be aware of all these consolidation periods and runs up. These are very healthy signs of a growing stock, okay? So it's clearly showing that. Now you have to do your due diligence and research, because now we're talking about it again at its highest point. We've talked about it at one of its highest points here when it was at 10, and it had recently hit 12, 11 and some change. So it was still showing signs that there could be some room, and analysis ratings were also looking pretty good. So now we've hit new highs. So analysis ratings need to be reiterated and upgraded. And then we also need to see for consolidation or a pullback, but obviously not coming back down to 12, somewhere in the middle. And if it does come back to 12, may it consolidate in 12, and then from there on out, hit newer highs and new resistance levels for this stock to continue this exponential growth. But the potential here going into the year and the coming years is phenomenal, and there's so much room here for this to continue. But from January 22nd till now, 87% growth is pretty phenomenal and interesting to me. So I wanted to go ahead and ask those of you that have found out about this since the first time I talked about it to this point, how have you felt about the graph? Did you add this to your watch list? Have you kept it on your radar? Did you add it to your watch list but disregarded it? All right, I want to ask these questions to you guys. All the viewers coming across this for the first time, I would encourage you to go ahead and do your due diligence and research. And just by looking at the graph, how does it make you feel? Do you see that this can continue to run? Do you see a pullback and consolidation? But the way it's been acting, do you think that this can repeat itself, right? But onto newer highs, like beyond this. So like if we were able to copy and paste this, but starting off at 18, can you see this type of distance and growth getting attached here beyond the next coming months and also year? So I wanted to ask that question to you guys, because that's what you really need to think about when you look at a graph, right? What is it acting like before, and could it repeat that same process moving forward to newer highs and new resistance levels? Obviously, the volatility of the stock market is always going to exist. There's been up and downs throughout this whole process, but if it can continue doing that behavior, there's room here for this to continue to probably 2x from where it is now, because we've almost 2x from where we talked about it in just weeks, and it's actually gone ahead in 9x, right? Almost 10x from way down here, these lows in November. So very interesting stuff. I wanted to ask that to all you guys that are watching, every single investor and viewer. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.